Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Johnny Hellcat, your host for tonight's Minions of the Zoo. With me today is Minion Sanguine.
Good evening, all.
And how was your Christmas?
My Christmas went very well. I had my early Christmas the past couple weeks, and then ended up having to work OTE. Well, it was my scheduled holiday, but it was also an OT day. So I think I get something stupid like 3 times pay for that.
Nice.
So I'm going to end up with a fat check, and then I realized, oh, I start off the year with a triple paycheck month with 2 holidays in the first 2 paychecks. I'm going to work New Year's Day now, just so I can get triple time for fucking Christmas, triple time for New Year's, and then have a 3rd paycheck in the same month that I get both of those.
Nice. Oh, you bitch.
How about you?
Not too bad. We did get hit with some tragedy. My stepdad passed away.
Ooh.
Which... It's funny listening to people just be like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry that happened. I'm like, he was kind of a dick.
Fair enough.
But it's not like I don't feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for my mom rather than for the situation as a whole.
He was a dick, but you didn't want him dead.
Yeah. It's like I told my mom, I'm like, I didn't marry him, so what's the big deal?
But how's your mom holding up?
So far so good. She didn't have it cut out to be a caretaker anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of was kind of a factor. Hey, Rod. And so, yeah, she's handling it, I guess would be the... Oh, I actually killed that thing. Let's see. As we were talking about earlier before the stream, we were talking about the CEO shooting.
Yep.
And how I had seen the branch COO of our company. I guess I have to be a little bit more specific because there's several state that have their own like CEOs and COOs or whatever. This guy's a COO. And I've seen him more today than I have ever. And I find it really funny. Just because he's just usually never to be seen.
Now he's just making sure that you guys know what he looks like in case he ends up dead.
Yeah. This is a proof of life check.
Not dead yet. Please don't make me dead.
But yeah, one of the things we were talking about also with work is that there we go. When they changed how our PTO works. So it used to be when I started, it was you have 3 days for you can use it for anything really. And it's up to 3 days. You can use the hours themselves. And then you start banking pay time off right away. Like you don't have to wait for however long to You don't have to wait to really
You don't
start
have to
banking
hit a
it.
seniority limit
Yeah.
for your PTO.
Yeah. And so they were they changed that to 5 days where you can pretty much do whatever you want. And then from there it's 5 days you can do whatever you want, and then it was I think they dropped you down to like 4 hours per payday, which is okay. Oh shit. And then they dropped that to let's see, what is it? It's now 3 days that you can do whatever you want. And then from there it's that you can bank. And then you can only go you can only have up to 16 hours of PTO. Per benefit per year. So that's the
You
maximum.
can only have 16 hours rollover PTO? Is that what you're saying?
No, 16 hours max per year.
You get 2 days off a year?
3. No, it is 2. It is 2, yeah.
Man, they just want you to quit, don't they?
Yeah, that's corporate wide is how they.
Shit, at my lab job, I'm at like 5 weeks of paid vacation and a few days on top of that. Two days is fucked.
But you can bank these other hours. It's like, yeah, you are not doing anyone any favors.
Mm-hmm. And they wonder why their COO has to now wander around with security guards.
Well, that's because of that whole douchebag thing, but...
Yep. But it's the shit that they've been doing that made people pissed off. Not saying it's good, not saying that it's right, not saying that that should be the way it works. Just saying that that's what pissed people off. It was the way that the companies were interacting with their clientele and workers.
And it was funny because listening to the CEO in their town halls, when we were asked why this happened, essentially they were told that the company needs us. And I'm like, that is the biggest non-answer I've ever heard.
If the company needs us, then the company can pay us.
Yeah.
And if it's that, well, we don't have enough people, that's a sign that you have to pay more to get people.
Yeah, that's kind of how that works.
Yeah, it annoys the shit out of me that so many places forget that that's how shit's supposed to work, that it's, Yeah, you can pay whatever amount gets you the number and quality of workers that you need. But if you go, oh shit, we don't have enough workers or the quality of workers that we need, the proper response is increase pay until you do.
Hey, Badger.
Not just go, well, we have no clue how we can get workers. Pay. Pay is always the answer. You increase pay, you get more workers.
That's kind of how that works.
Yep. And there's going to be a point where people will look at the amount that you're saying you'll pay, and they'll look at the job that you're offering, and they'll go, yeah, I can do that for that. This was the thing that pissed me off when I was working corrections, because I've told you about the 6 HR departments at every prison in the state, right?
Yeah.
And it was the same thing. They just didn't want to pay COs enough to make it worthwhile. Also, why is that guy shitting out of spear point every so often?
Which guy? Oh, that guy. He's not shitting it out, he's just throwing it.
No, because throwing it is when it's going forward. Stabbing with it, it's going forward. Every now and then, it's just popping out of his asshole.
He's got to release some pressure.
He's gone past the poop knife and gone to the poop spear.
Where is the raft? Okay, the glove's over there.
It's infuriating because all you need to do is fiddle with the pay. You can get the workers. You can get the quality of workers. This has been the way that shit has worked since we had competitive employment. I mean, shit, that's how Ford effectively created the American middle class. It was, he went, I want the best auto factory workers. I'm going to pay more than the other auto factories, and I'm going to steal their workers. So that I have the most and the best. And it fucking works when you do it. I don't get why so many places are so loath to do what's needed in order to get the workers that they want.
This is the original game, Terry.
I think a good bit of it is just the capture of the middle management. You have a bunch of upper middle managers deciding fucking everything for a company. And they don't have buy-in for the company, so they don't really care if the company survives long term, and they don't give a shit what's happening beneath them, because they're too far up to actually care. They don't have to look those people in the face, so they make bad decisions for both the low and the high, because fuck it, they just need to look good for now, not keep the company going long term.
I could have done this randomized, but
I forgot how doofy Link looked when he was walking.
it's a limp.
It is not quite a limp because it's not one side
Or is it more of
being
a...
stiffer than the other. It is, I shit my pants, and I'm trying to not have it fall out the legs.
It's spina bifida.
But yeah, it is a doofy as hell walk. Oh, and since Terry's in chat, Terry, did you see the Like a Dragon Pirates info and trailers and shit like that? Are you familiar with the Like a Dragon series at all, Johnny?
I've heard of it. I was gonna get it on a bundle, but I ended up not being able to get it in time.
If you see that bundle released again, I highly recommend getting the Yakuza and Like a Dragon games. They are fantastic. They've started doing games outside of their normal time frame. So the normal time frame is from like the 80s to the current day. And they have two older games, or no, they have two games set in older time periods now. One has already come out, that's Like a Dragon Ishin, which takes place during the end of the shogunate, the Tokugawa shogunate. So right before the Meiji Restoration, effectively. And then they have another one coming out, which is set during, I want to say it's the golden age of piracy. Let me quickly double check when it's supposed to be set. But they're all absolutely glorious and insane games. They're hilarious. Oh no, it isn't during the golden age of piracy. It is... Is this really set during the modern day? What the fuck?
Because I know that they had one of the games where it was going to be set in a different time frame. Because I know that they have the modern games.
Yes, and then they have Ishin, which is feudal Japan. And apparently, Like a Dragon Pirates of Hawaii is... You're playing Majima, and it's Majima from the normal series, so... Yeah, he's running a fucking 1800s pirate ship in the modern day. This is weird as shit. That's hilarious. So yeah, it's modern day, and he keeps on thinking that he's a pirate on an 1800s pirate ship. It is weird as shit, apparently. That makes it even better. Oh yeah, the Like a Dragon games and the Yakuza series all take an age to go through because there's so much shit to do in all of them. And it's not so much shit like, oh, this is boring the hell out of me, I just need to do it. It's so much shit where you're going, okay, what the fuck's going to happen next? This is weird, I love it.
Oh, son of a bitch.
The only times that it gets a bit dull is when you are doing a mini game for one of the side quests and you really don't like that particular mini game. But the story is always fantastic. But yeah, apparently Pirate of Hawaii is set in the modern day, which is weird as shit when you see all the imaging for the game. Because Majima is wearing straight up Golden Age of Piracy style clothing. I thought it was one of the ones set in a different time frame because Ishin is set in, like I said, feudal Japan. Really fun game. I've been going through it. Think I'm towards the end of that one. The writing is definitely the highlight of all the games, though.
Yeah, based on what I hear of the series, yeah, that sounds about par for the course.
Yep. And yeah, it would make a weird bit of sense for the Yakuza games to have it go from Ichiban in the Yakuza to suddenly Dragon Kart. Definitely recommend the games though, because they are weird and fun as hell. And probably the best part is that they almost perfectly balance the serious to the funny, where nothing ever gets too damn serious and nothing ever gets so silly that you can just go, whatever. It's always in that golden zone of things are serious and then something funny breaks attention, or everything's serious and then or everything's funny and then something serious snaps in. So it keeps it really engaging storytelling-wise.
Bitch. But yeah, I was reading an article. I didn't read too much into it. But they were talking about the shooter, the CEO shooter, who cooked the pizza. I will never let that joke die. But he was talking about in an interview how he is motivated by Kaczynski.
Okay.
Which, to a degree, I can see it, but I would definitely think that Uncle Ted would... Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, good. No, your way lacks creativity.
Mm-hmm.
It lacks the message.
It was direct. It did what you were intending to do, but you could have done more and you could have done it better. Sort of feel to it, right? Again, that's not saying I agree with it. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
But we're talking about how Ted would view it. But yeah, you've seen the insanity of people going, oh, he's not actually the killer, right?
No.
There's a shit ton of conspiracy theories where people are now saying that the dude isn't actually the killer, he's just the fall guy.
He's all but almost confessed.
Yep. But they're still saying, oh no, he's just the fall guy, he didn't do it. It's not him, it's someone else. Or some other entity, effectively. Because they don't ever have a, oh, it's this person that did it. It's always just, no, it was someone else. Something else. Some other group that did it, not him.
He's a good boy.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Effectively, that's what the argument is. That he's a good boy, he didn't do nothing.
Right.
And for a lot of people, they view it as a way that they can say that he shouldn't be charged for what he did because, oh, it wasn't him, it was someone else. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Where is the water?
Yeah, he was from a rather affluent family, and he had a pretty damn good job before he did it. Let me pull up what exactly his job was again. So the CEO assassin.
You know, I think I'm gonna go the other way around. So which way?
Yeah, he worked for TrueCar and went to an Ivy League school. In fact, he went to Stanford. And it looks like he was in IT. And nice, Terry.
was a me. Did I get the mirror? Oh, you found the mirror. Okay. Whatever, lady. Okay, that's... I've already got the hammer here, so I don't have to worry about this. Yeah, he's a fan of Uncle Ted, and yet I don't think Uncle Ted would be a fan of him.
Yeah, working in IT, not exactly a good way to win over Uncle Ted.
For his brother, Father Ted. I'm sure the airlines would have also.
It kind of sucks that Father Ted's writer is a bit of a git. Ted liked his brother, at least until his brother ratted him out. Yeah, he was a fantastic writer. Just an absolute git as a person.
Yeah, I think it's on Hulu. I think there's a Charlton Copley plays him.
Uncle Ted movie?
Yeah.
And there's a shit ton of different documentaries.
Not many good ones.
Well, it depends on what you mean by good ones. Because if you do some of the, like, Crime Channel ones...
A lot of them just repeat the same stuff.
True. But there are some that go into good amount of depth on the timeline of everything.
Well, I have to find the spell somewhere. I know nothing. I see nothing. Hello. I mean, it could be worse. My daughter is sick. Help her.
So, what is your least favorite Zelda, not counting the CDI?
I would
Because
say
CDI is just cheating if you name it.
yeah. I'd say probably Spirit Tracks.
Okay. Was that the one that had the bomb bowling for the first time? Or am I confusing that one and another? That was Skyward Sword, wasn't it?
For which one?
The one that had bomb bowling.
That was Majora's Mask.
I thought Did Majora's Mask have bomb bowling?
Yeah. Reuse the mousers.
Huh. Because it was the one that was on the Wii that I was thinking of that had the bomb bowling where you would bowl with the controller.
No, the one that they had was one with, like, you flew, because there's a bug that you can control with the Wii remote. I'm trying to remember where stuff is. Let's see. You don't help at all.
So, what made these the worst to your mind, Terry?
Well, I know he doesn't like the first one, like he just said.
Yeah, he said the first and the second. Are the worst. Yeah, it's a lot more interesting when the NPCs actually go through a day cycle rather than just always being in the same place all the time.
Go to the south along the cave path, then go west, go north. Oh. Ah. I know where I'm supposed to go. I think I know what they kind of were going with in regards to the exploration aspect of the game. But I think what they wanted to do and what they could do were two vastly different things.
Yeah, they were tech limited.
Yeah. Because I think if they had the technological capabilities of doing what they wanted to do, there would have been a lot more to the first Legend of Zelda than there would have been.
Effectively would have started with almost Breath of the Wild type roaming. Is that what you're saying?
I think they should, like, if they had the thought of that, they would have done that.
But at the same time, you have to remember that a lot of the old games like this, they would either make them so they were ridiculously hard so that you'd get a shit ton of playtime out of them because you just kept on losing. Or they would make a shit ton of games that it would take forever just to get anywhere, so that you had more playtime.
It's actually kind of funny that my parents, who actually gave me quite a lot of guff about playing too many video games, my dad was my mom was the first one to beat the first Legend of Zelda and like master it. My dad beat Zelda 2 and mastered it. And they're like, you play too many video games. I'm like, bitch, what have you been doing? Like, pots and kettles and all that.
I can definitely get thinking that Breath of the Wild went too far into open world and not enough into keeping the kind of classic aspects of the game.
Yeah, I think if it would have been just a regular map and not kind of, or just something you can like note, that would have been nice too. Just so you can be like, all right, there's a secret here, there's a secret here, there's a secret here that you don't need to do anything because it's gonna penalize you.
That's one thing that I miss about old game releases. Getting the game map as a tangible thing that you could actually unfold and look at.
Alright, Terry, see you later. I'm just here for the raft.
Because there's something really nice about being able to actually have the map in your hand.
Well, it's like, I remember the first Final Fantasy came with a bestiary.
Mm-hmm. And there's absolutely old games that took it too far, where the manuals were the only way that you actually got the story of certain games, which is too much in my opinion. You can have it where it's additional information, you can have it where it is tangible shit that can help you play the game, but don't make it so that the entire plot is you have to go to the manual in order to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
But having things that just increase your understanding of what's going on, I'm game for those.
Oh, you bitch. I can't believe I just did that. Shit.
I definitely miss old school game manuals.
Yeah. You go fuck yourself, sir. I think I'm just gonna skip you. I'll take it. Breeze through those guys. Bitch. Headless rat demons. Or the bodiless rat demons. Or whatever those are.
Just coming by to kneecap you.
Aiming for the face. Eight points. Oh shit. I was gonna say, please don't be the last one. There we go. Almost maxed out on life already. I didn't think so.
I always forget that the early ones had actual level up and it wasn't just the items that you get are your upgrades.
bullshit. Back to the castle I go. Yeah, they need to pull it back to the old days.
I'm not sure whether I prefer the items being your power-ups or having items and levels.
I prefer both.
For most games, I'd say both, but there's certain types that I rather like it being the items, so you can't just grind up and become overpowered early on.
Well, I was thinking, like, as I was playing Icarus, you can power up your... you don't really power up your thing. You work to build up the better equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there is where you kind of have, like, you can build your skill tree based on your experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you the more you develop the skills, the better equipment you're able to create. And then the better stuff you can acquire.
So a level up system that kind of gates your equipment as well?
Yeah.
That's a decent way of doing it. Like I said, though, I think it varies depending on the type of game for me. Because one of my favorite games was Morrowind from the Elder Scrolls. Because there wasn't... It didn't change everything to be your level like later games did. Which drove me crazy when it came to Oblivion and Skyrim. That everything would kind of level up with you to a certain degree. I much preferred Morrowind, where if you went to the wrong area at the wrong time, you're fucking dead. Or you had to come up with the cheesiest strat in order to survive.
I felt that way with, is it Warriors of Might and Magic?
Yep.
That's one where you had... like, you had to go to a certain level first, and if you went too far, you could end up, you know, totally fucking your character. And I think it was Crusaders. It was Crusaders of Might and Magic. And, like, you could, like, go through an area, fight just a bunch of NPCs that are there, and, you know, walk away, come back later, and I think they'll still attack you, but they're kind of pivotal to the story, so they'll always respawn.
absolutely fucked over because everything was way too goddamn strong for the shit that you had. But that also meant that if you didn't go to an area and then you went to it way later, that an area that would have been a tough challenge early on let you feel how powerful you were as a character. Because you would be going, oh, I remember when these were difficult, and you're just slaughtering your way through them. So I like when a game lets you feel how powerful you've become, rather than having everything level up with you, because they're in Morrowind, there were some areas that if you knew what you were doing, you would go to them a lot earlier than you were supposed to, because you could get some fucking amazing equipment a hell of a lot earlier than you were supposed to. Which, that's fun, being able to do that. Which you wouldn't be able to do if everything was kind of tailored to your level throughout.
Well, I'm not making it through this part alive.
And that was a game where you got the level would really matter as well as the equipment would matter. Like I said, just having those areas that don't level with you, it makes it so that, yeah, you could over level ridiculously and make it so that late game is way too goddamn easy. But it also meant that you got to feel how powerful your character became, rather than in Oblivion, there were certain areas that you had to go to at a low level, because if you came to them at a higher level, you would just fucking die, rather than it being the other way around. One of the most terrifying things in Oblivion was going into an area that was just rats at a high level, because the rats leveled with you. And the rats became terrifying. And that isn't really a fun game to me when it's, congratulations, you're able to kill a god. Here's a rat. It'll fuck your shit up. Kind of takes me out of the setting.
Shit. Ah, come on. Ah, bitch.
Yeah. I hate when games have enemies level with you. I want to feel how powerful my character gets over time.
Yeah.
Don't make the enemies level with me. Don't make the enemies level with me to a certain extent, and then once I get past that certain extent, they stop leveling with me. Have it so that there's areas that are low-level areas. If you go to them early on, congrats, you're going to them at the right point. If you go to them late, then you feel how fucking powerful you are.
I think I think it almost depends on the game. Because there are some that like take Final Fantasy VIII for example, because those characters level with you. So if you don't power up your characters right, you're kind of screwed. That's right.
But I would much rather have it be that if I don't level up right, that I get screwed. Then
I went the wrong way.
Have everything level with me. And because everything levels with me, yeah, I have a constant challenge, but I never get to feel like my characters are actually ridiculously strong, which the narrative is trying to tell me that they are. If I'm supposed to be strong in the setting, let me feel strong.
Hey, Mr. Dex.
Hey, I'll get his Dex. But yeah, like I said, with Morrowind, part of the fun was when you knew where to go and how to cheese certain parts, get shit early. And that would make you feel even stronger when you're going through your normal shit.
Yeah, I think if like you're able to progress, like if you want to take the challenge on that part of the level, and if you can beat them, you know, that's all well and good. But yeah.
And that was part of the fun. You had to learn the world and learn what you could and couldn't do.
Yeah. And that's what I like trying to do. Be like, oh, I'm not supposed to go here.
Yep. Whereas when everything levels with you, you don't get that same feel. And like I said, you end up with silly shit like Oblivion. Rats are terrifying because the way that it worked was the rats would level with you, but also as you leveled, there would be more rats in an area. So you would just get fucked over by action economy. So rather than feeling like, oh yeah, it becomes so powerful, I mean, look at these rats that used to be a problem for me, I can kill them with ease. It was, Oh my fucking god, these rats are terrifying. Please let it be a goddamn minotaur. Minotaurs I can handle. 30 rats that are level 100? Fuck that shit. And that seems to happen so often when they make it so that the levels or the enemies level with you, so that you can go anywhere and you can do it as early as you want or do it as late as you want, and it'll still be a challenge. Those always annoy the shit out of me. Don't make it so that everything will always be a challenge. Let me feel my power.
Well, that's like, what the hell game was it? Shining Force Neo. You would get to a point in the level where it gets to you have a sign. It says, yeah, don't go here. And you walk in, you're like, oh, I wonder why I can't come here. And then the moment someone touches you, you're dead.
Yeah. And I'm perfectly fine with environmental storytelling like that. New Vegas did that. New Vegas had areas that you did not want to go to when you were low level. One of the main ones, the Deathclaw Quarry. When you're going near the Deathclaw Quarry, there's all these signs saying, danger, beware, Deathclaws. And letting you know, this is a bad fucking idea. You go near it, there's a bunch of people going, hey, be careful, up ahead, there's a shit ton of Deathclaws. So you get to choose. Do you feel like taking the challenge? Do you feel like going in there? Do you feel like risking it? Or, nah, are you going to take a different path? And it's not just respecting the grind. Like I said, part of it is I want to feel the power when I grind up. The other part is I want to be able to be rewarded when I figure something out. Which again is one of the reasons why I loved Morrowind. I remember one of my playthroughs of Morrowind. I cheesed the shit out of one of the Daedra shrine areas because I realized there wasn't anyone that knew magic in that area. But there were a bunch of people in very heavy armor and with really nice weapons in the area. So I grabbed a shit ton of spears, I hopped up on a pillar, and I was just stabbing them in the head from just far enough outside their reach that they couldn't hit me back. Got amazing armor and fantastic weapons out of it. And it was that, yeah, I fucking did that when I shouldn't have been able to do that.
Well, that's like with the game I was talking about earlier with Crusaders of Might and Magic. When you're trying to build up a character at least a little bit, because you have levels and then you have your abilities that you build up as you're like casting spells. And I think as long as it has that dual tree, where it's like, yeah, you know, you're not just doing one thing and building up your levels. You're doing multiple things and building up your strengths. That's far different than.
But then, like I said, there's also some games that having it be just the items that matter really works as far as narrative and as far as gameplay. Having it be the items are your power up rather than level up. So I can see it work either way, where it's just levels, or any of the ways where it's just levels, just items, or both of them in combination. And it really should be dependent upon the style of game, and especially the story of the game. Because different progression styles work better depending upon the story that's being told.
Although I will say, playing Suikoden 3, and I had a cheat to where you gain pretty much levels almost immediate. Like, too fast, if you will. You were level 1 before the end of the first, or level 99 before the end of the first chapter. And there's a guy you fight named Uber, who's supposed to be like this death god type character. And he's you fight against him in like pretty much both the other two games as well. And he starts to attack your characters, thinking, he's this top tier god guy, and he fights you, and you end up just totally smoking him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are clearly not supposed to win this battle. And like, they have it like he's got a high evasion, he's got high defense, he's got high magic power. This guy will, under normal circumstances, will wreck you.
Mm-hmm.
And you build your guys up so high that, yeah, they don't stand a chance. And later he's like, he takes his defeat, and then he comes back later, and he's still so butthurt that he lost that time, that he actually references it. And it's actually kind of funny to read that, yeah, like, under normal circumstances you should not have ever won that. So the game knows, like, oh, you cheating bastard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just so funny to read in the story how, like, butthurt he is that you have to face him again. He's like, oh yeah, it's not going to happen again, and of course it does. And he gets even more mad. I kind of wish they would have put something in there, like, we know you're cheating, so...
Haven't checked the time that you've been playing versus the level that you are.
Yeah. Well, and then
I know, grind or cheat.
Well, I know, like, if you go like with Marvel versus not Marvel versus Capcom. Shit! What the hell is that game? It's the Marvel game where you. It's top down, and you have the Marvel characters. Oh my goodness, I can't think. Ultimate Avengers.
Yes.
Ultimate Alliance. That's right. They have that game, and where if you unlock it to where you're playing as Deadpool, and then you face Deadpool, he's just like, oh, look, you're cheating.
Mm-hmm.
No, it isn't a fighting game. It's It's I don't want to say RPG, but it is kind of an RPG.
Also, it entirely works in narrative that it would be Deadpool that points it out.
Because, yeah, you're Deadpool facing Deadpool. Which my eldest stepson, he got a kick out of that. Hey, Sora.
Hey, Sora. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. A little bit early for New Year, but and a little bit late for Christmas, but still fucking works.
Yeah, we don't get to see Sora every day, so.
Mm-hmm.
There is someone behind the door. I bet there is. I'm gonna break in through the roof. Yep, it's Zelda 2. Up, down, up, down.
I still say his walk is insanely doofy.
Rescue the kidnapped child. Okay. I suppose I can do that. Yep, I already found him. Go away, kid. You bugged me. Get out of here, kid. You bugged me. Those monsters look asthmatic. Yeah, that's not how vacations work, Sora.
Yeah, why are you doing that, Sora?
Baby, who I'm holding over my head.
Have a good one, Rotten.
Alright, have a good night, Rotten. What time is it? 11 o'clock?
Yep.
Now I know there's a secret here. Just where is it? Not there. I think. It's right over here. Nope, not that one. Not there either. I have not had a moment of time to do so, Tyr. Things have been a little bit busy. In fact, funny story. Our heater went out.
Fun.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Yeah, we're thinking the condenser went out and it blew the motor. Where the shit is... Okay, I don't care about that. I know where that is. Okay, I know where that one is. Middle of the left of the labyrinth. Alright, beach. So it's got to be over there. Middle of the left. Boo. Let's find a way around. Nope, can't find a way around. Nope. No. I has no choice. It's not called the Force anymore there, Tyr.
Well, there were the Force's female commercials, so use the female.
It's current year, Sanguine. We can't do that anymore.
And Sora wants to know what's it called then.
It's called the Thread. Because the Force is patriarchal or something like that.
And Sora responded with, "Thread, deep exhausted sigh."
That is the correct response.
And to my comment about use the female, Tyr chimed in with, "Use the female, Hellcat. Use her good. Then flip her over. Use the dark side of the female."
You are a hero for saving
So,
my child. You're a little old to have a child.
Is the thread what the lesbian coven referred to it as?
Yeah,
Okay.
the lesbian space witches.
Yep.
Which weren't lesbian space witches, apparently.
How were they not? Because they fucked themselves with the Force, didn't they?
Yes.
So if there's no man involved, how are they not lesbian?
You're asking the wrong person.
And Tyr then clarified just to make sure that everyone knew exactly what joke he was making.
I'd have never guessed.
Yeah, the lesbian coven in the Acolyte impregnated each other with the Force.
Eh.
Which it was meant to be something ridiculous and insane amount of power that Palpatine was able to do that in order to make Anakin, but now it's... Yeah, if you get a bunch of lesbians in the woods, they can do it. They didn't even ask it its name, Sora. They decided that its name was the Thread.
All right. What are we at? Hour and a half? Yeah, I think we can call it there. Nope. They just took it and let it destroy itself. But are you going to be streaming tomorrow?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, and then I'll be not around the following week, and then I'll be around again the week after that.
All right. So join us tomorrow where Sanguine will be hosted, and we will see you on the next one. The zoo is closed.
Have a good night, all.
Have a good night.